I had just turned 16 years old 2 weeks earlier whenever my folks made arrangements for us to move to Carthage, Texas. No, it wasn't a sudden move. My dad had planned this a long time. He felt called to the ministry. I was 16, my sister was 18. And the biggest thing was I needed to get my driver's license. So I worked at getting my driver's license so I would be able to drive the car to Carthage, Texas, which is deep East Texas, right along the Shreveport, Louisiana border. And my sister would ride with me, and my mom and dad would ride in an old yellow panel truck that my dad had in his plumbing and heating business. So he had a plumbing and heating business that he sold completely, and he stopped working at the coal mine where he had worked for 18 years. And we sold everything and sold our house and pretty much all of our possessions that whatever wouldn't fit in that yellow panel truck didn't go. And we started off for Texas. I had just been driving about 2 weeks. I remember the biggest thing that I was thrilled about that I drove through St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know why that was a big thing to me, but there was more than 2 lanes of traffic. And I remember I had to really pay attention to where I was going. But we made it. We made it to Dallas, Texas, where we met up with our pastor, Whitaker, who had made arrangements for us to take over this church in Carthage, Texas. Unbeknown to me, this church had been closed for 9 months. So no one had worshiped in this building. No one had been in this house, the parsonage that was right next to the church. And so the next morning we all got up and we started off to Carthage, Texas, which was about 4 hours east of Dallas. Right about 30 miles before you get to Carthage, there's a little town called Henderson, Texas. And we were all kind of thirsty. And whenever you came into Henderson, there was a square there, like most cities in Texas has a town square. And there was a Dairy Queen on the south side of it. And so we pulled into this Dairy Queen. I was overwhelmed with what I saw. You have to remember that I grew up in Pennsylvania. I had never been around integration, segregation, had no idea even probably what the words meant. But I had never been around anything like that. So I looked at the wall and read the words, but really it didn't focus or settle on me what it was. It said colored water. And so I ran over to the side of my dad's yellow panel truck where he was driving. He was just getting out. And I said, "Look, Dad, this place has colored water." Now, what I'm trying to tell you is it did not have colored water. This place had water for coloreds, is what that meant. I found out that day really what the meaning of segregation was in the deep east town of Henderson, Texas, and on to Carthage. The end.